Hey, Dream Drivers, welcome to this new episode of Dreams in Drive. Today, we have a really short driver's ed episode where I want to just share with you guys a story, something I've been noticing for the past few months, and I just thought there was a good lesson in it for all of us. So sit back, buckle up, and stay tuned. But before we get into today's episode, if this is your first time listening to Dreams and Drive, welcome. As you know, Dreams and Drive is the podcast that will help you learn how to get unstuck, how you can get out of park and drive towards your dreams. Whether you are an aspiring entrepreneur, want to level up in your career, or just level up in your life, this is the podcast for you to learn how to do it. We interview and talk to all sorts of people from different careers, different paths, and the common thread that they all share is sharing their keys to success that have helped them along their dream driving journeys. So if you want to make sure that you're tuned in every week and that you get the latest, please make sure you're on our email list. Just go to dreamsanddrive.com/join. That's dreamsanddrive.com/join to sign up. And make sure you're following us at Dreams and Drive across all the social media platforms. It is truly appreciated. So let us get into today's topic. It is the topic of, are you doing too much? Why good customer service will never go out of style. You might be wondering, why is this important? Let me tell you, the way people experience you is so important. It is part of your brand. And as you guys know, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to step up in your career, your brand is important. How you are perceived and experienced by other people is super important. So let me just tell you guys a quick story, and then it's all going to make sense. I promise you. So a few months ago, I signed Axel up for piano class. I Googled it, found a piano class that specializes in teaching younger kids. So Axel's only 4.5. Signed up for a trial lesson. First off, was able to speak to someone on the phone. They explained to me the process, signed up for the trial class. They let me know how much it was going to cost. I actually had to reschedule because there was a snowstorm the day that we were initially going to go. So we rescheduled. Went to the class. Axel loved it. They were so personable. They helped really let me know, because he actually trialed for 2 instruments, drum or piano. They let me know which one they thought was better for him, whatever. Loved it. Ended up signing him up for the monthly programs, which are expensive, but invest in your kids, they say, and I'm seeing that he really enjoys it. So this is the thing. He has class every Thursday. Every Wednesday, I get an email from the school that is reminding me that his piano lesson is coming up. At first, I thought this was a little excessive. I never exactly signed up for those emails. But then I realized, wow, I like seeing them every week, and I've come to expect them. So listen to that. I've come to expect it. But here's the kicker. Every Thursday, about 3 hours before his class time, I get a personal call from their front desk secretary, whoever it is running the front desk that day. She calls me to let me know that Axel has a piano class that day at that time. Now, honestly, in the beginning, this was a little bit annoying because I'm just listen, I already know, I signed up, I paid for it, it's on my calendar. Why are you calling me? But I realized as the weeks went on, I initially thought, okay, maybe they'll call me for the first 4 weeks. Nope, we've been in piano classes for about 3 months, and every Thursday, 3 hours before his time, she is calling me and letting me know that he has class today. And I like that because it's a way for me to be held accountable. And I was just thinking about the whole customer service of the whole business, because although they're serving people who want to learn how to play instruments, this music school is a business at the end of the day. It's a personal touch that doesn't go unseen. And I'm realizing just how important it is. Not only am I being accountable, so when they call me, they're expecting an answer. And I think because they know I pick up, it's also helping to establish my brand and my perception to the piano school. They know that I'm an involved parent, I'm a caring parent, I'm going to pick up, although they're calling me every week. And that's something, I think this is more even a parenting lesson. I just think it's really important. But then I realized also when you do that, it's providing a personal touch that's just lost. Who does that anymore? Have you ever had someone personally calling you for a recurring appointment? Probably not. Maybe if I had a recurring doctor's appointment, that might happen. But they're calling me every week. And this past week, she was even able to provide me some last minute information. She was like, hey, mom, there's some road closures going on. You might want to account for that in your travel time here because listen, he only has 30 minutes for his lessons. And if I'm there late, I still got to pay the weekly amount. So I think that this little touch is not only memorable, but it's also helping in customer retention because now I have a positive perception of the business. I have a positive perception of the customer personnel, the front desk people. I know that they're putting their effort to making sure their business run well. So I want to make sure I'm putting my best effort to make sure Axel gets there on time. I really think this can be important for dream drivers for a host of reasons. So, what are some of the areas where going the extra miles can have a huge benefit, right? A lot of people might be saying in your head right now, oh my God, that music school is doing too much. Or have you ever heard someone say to you, you're doing too much, whether that's how you show up, whether that's how you perform when you're executing your work? Doing too much is okay. It's all right to do too much sometimes because you know what? No one's ever going to say, would you rather someone say you did too much or you did too little? Especially when it comes to building your brand, building your dream, building your business. Like you have to go as hard as you can for what it is that you want to be building. What's up, dream drivers? Life's all about making bold moves and investing in your dreams, right? Whether you're taking on a new chapter, like welcoming a growing family, relocating to a fresh city, or stepping up to your next big adventure, you need a ride that's ready to go the distance with you. The Toyota Grand Highlander is designed with more space for people who are ready to tackle the grand challenges ahead. With advanced safety features, convenient tech, and a sophisticated look that reflects your style, it's more than just a car, it's the SUV that makes every journey fun and easy. With comfortable seating for up to 8, an available hands-free power liftgate, and your choice between gas or hybrid engine options, like the 362 horsepower Hybrid Max, this SUV is built for those who aren't afraid to go after their dreams, and it's got room to spare. The Grand Highlander is more than a spacious vehicle. It's your partner in embracing all life throws at you. From daily routines to unexpected adventures, it's up for every grand challenge. Learn more at toyota.com/Grand Highlander. Toyota, let's go places. So, what are some ways that doing too much when it comes to dream driving can actually help you? For example, let's say you're entering a room. You make sure you say hello to people. You're greeting people. I think that art of just small talk, of just being able to know how to be informal with people but still make people feel comfortable is lost. So if you can enter a room and if you know how to start a conversation, greet people appropriately, people remember that and you will be treated differently. I'm telling you. And I think a lot of the things that people don't realize that have been lost with the pandemic and just the decrease in social interaction is the art of small talk and the art of the soft skills. There are soft skills that will get you further with your own success journey than these hard skills. Sure, anyone can learn how to do the numbers and do the tactical, technical things, but do you know how to communicate? Do you know how to make someone trust you? Do you know how to maneuver yourself in different situations? These are all soft skills that are so important. And it's the soft touch of when I got that call, which I expected by this point, 3 months. And if you don't call me, I think something's wrong. So when she called me and she said, hey, there's a school closure, I appreciated that. And that little small gesture really showed me that this school cares about its students and they care about the parents who are trying to get their students there on time. Be memorable. Be likable. I'm not saying that you have to suck up to people or you don't have to be who you are, but there is something about being approachable and people being able to feel like they can reach out to you and talk to you. You might not always like it. You might have to finesse your boundaries at some point, but just the idea that you can be memorable, that you'll respond to people is a big thing. And is an important part of customer service, your own customer service when it comes to wherever you are along this dream driving journey. The last thing I want to close out with is this. People never forget how you make them feel. So think about that this week as you're trying to get unstuck, as you're moving full forward along your dream driving journey. How are you making people feel? How does your business make people feel? How does your pursuit to whatever dream it is that you're trying to pursue is making people feel, right? If you are making people feel the key things, happy, valued, appreciated, seen, heard, they will show up for you too along your own dream driving journey. And the biggest thing that I've heard from a lot of these guests on the show is that you cannot do this alone. Dream driving is a two-way street when it comes to how you're interacting with people. You have to give and you have to get. What are you giving to others so that you can then get what you need? You can get the support, you can get the help. It shouldn't only just be one way. It should definitely be reciprocal relationships building along this journey. So think about the idea of, are you doing too much as a guiding North Star? And sometimes, yes, it's good. Say thank you, say the appreciation. You know, say, hey, how's your day going? Sometimes, like, people don't just want to talk about business all the time, and just having those little small niceties will definitely help you along the way. So that's all that I have. It's funny because I was actually on Threads. I love being on Threads. If you guys aren't following me on Threads, I'm Rainshine Love, my personal Instagram, RAINSHINELUV, Rainshine Love on Threads. And I had someone ask me what's inspiring you right now. And she, when I responded, she was like, "Oh wait, I wasn't expecting that." But it's funny because people might not know, but I'm a big people watcher. And really what's been inspiring me now has been my morning commute. Being able to sit down and just watch people. I enjoy being on the train and, like, let's say the person sitting next to you and they're having a conversation and you're listening in, kind of eavesdropping, or you're trying to imagine, where do they work? What do they do? That's been like my creative exercise in the mornings before I get to work, of just resetting and just getting my brain going. So I'm going to ask that question to you all listening in. What's inspiring you out there in the world right now? And what can you learn from what you're being inspired by? That's the biggest thing. And for me, I think the takeaway here is, as I'm people watching, I'm realizing we all have so many different stories. There's so many possibilities out here. So just be kind to yourself and never give up, because there's always a way to the winning lane for you. If you feel like there's no way, there's always a way. And just believing in that will get you super far. All right, keep dreaming, keep driving, and we'll chat again in our next episode. Bye, guys.